Welcome to State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato. We, in fact, are coming to you from the Agnes Varus NJTV studio in beautiful Newark, New Jersey. Welcome back Patrick Dunican, Chairman and Managing Director at Gibbons P.C. By the way, Patrick, for people who don't know, Gibbons is?
We're a 200-lawyer firm, 5 offices in 4 states, based here in Newark, New Jersey, founded in 1926, as you know, by Andrew B. Crummy. So for most of our lives, we were the Crummy lawyers.
But you brand it differently.
We're now the Gibbons firm, for good reason.
Yeah, by the way, I've known Patrick a long time. I do some leadership coaching at his law firm, and we've known each other and talk about legal issues all the time. The state of the legal, not just profession, but the legal system, I know, broad question, state and nation. Go.
Let's talk about New Jersey first.
Sure.
90,000 lawyers admitted to practice here in the state of New Jersey. And the funny thing is, you need every one of them. The complex society in which we live right now requires counsel, requires you to think like a lawyer. What does that mean? You're trained in law school to think differently. Not just, take one side of the issue, as you see in politics, but to look at all issues from a multifaceted perspective and then come up with solutions. So here in New Jersey, we have really hardworking lawyers doing a whole bunch of different things. You can be in government, you can be in the judiciary, you could be in a large firm like me.
There are CEOs who are lawyers as well.
There's CEOs. It's excellent training.
And people in the media.
No question about it. Most of your anchors, Steve, your colleagues, you're a PhD, but a lot of those people on TV that you see every day, they have JDs, and they're providing useful insight into what we're seeing going on in the news every single day, and we know there's a lot going on in the news.
Patrick, we're here with Patrick Dunican, Steve Adubato here. This is State of Affairs. Curious, those who say, wait a minute, we already have, quote unquote, you know where I'm going, too many lawyers.
Yeah. The truth is there's been a crisis in legal education for the past decade. We're not going to have enough lawyers in about 5 years. Let me give you a perspective that I share with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban sounded a clarion call. He said, look, the STEM jobs were good to have 3 years ago. We need people who can think creatively, and that's what law school does. So you go to law school, you learn how to pull apart issues, come up with your client's perspective, right, advancing your client's rights, and then find a result, a solution. And that's what lawyers are really doing. We're driving solutions. It's solution business.
Is the skill set different today for a terrific, first-rate, excellent lawyer than it was, say, 10 years ago?
No, the same. A smart lawyer 10 years ago will be a smart lawyer in 20 years.
Technology hasn't changed it?
No, not really. Not for what we do, right? We're thinking about the problems, getting all of the facts, understanding the situation, understanding all of the nuances of a particular situation, then applying those facts to the legal rubric, whatever that is, whether it's regulation. I mean, you're looking at the national debate about immigration, for example.
That's a legal issue?
You need lawyers.
You need lawyers to go down there and do what?
Figure it out, right? All of these families need counsel.
As we speak right now, the situation is not resolved. These children, we don't know what's going to happen. But as we speak, toward the end of June, they are separated from their families at the border.
And the government is taking a position that there's laws on the books that they're applying and simply need to apply the law so that the politicians have to act to change the current law. You can see the tension, the crisis on both sides of that.
We're speaking with Patrick Dunican, Gibbons P.C. He is the managing partner and managing director and chairman. The judicial system, different from the legal system?
No, not really.
What about judges?
Judges, yeah. So let's say in New Jersey, we have an extraordinary bench. Now, there's state and federal. Let me talk about state first, then I'll talk about federal. On the state bench, we have extraordinarily hardworking lawyers who became judges, who sacrificed for their family to go into public service.
You mean not make as much money as they would make in the private sector?
Precisely, exactly right. And these are hardworking lawyers. Just yesterday, 13 judges were renominated for appointment. It's not a lifetime appointment like the federal bench. You get appointed by the governor for 7 years, and then you get reviewed. You get a job performance review, and not everyone gets reappointed. 13 reappointed yesterday. To me, that's emblematic of a really strong bench, these individuals who have made the sacrifice to go into public service. With respect to the federal bench, New Jersey has one of the best federal benches in the United States of America. But right now, we have openings, and we have 2 Democratic senators. Makes sense. It's a blue state. Right? And we have
Menendez and Booker.
That's correct. Senators Menendez and Booker have the right to exercise courtesy.
Which have a Republican White House.
Exactly.
So what does that mean?
It's about the judiciary.
But judiciary is, respectfully, Patrick Dunican, that's not supposed to be political.
Well, Of
Is that in
course,
theory?
In theory. There's no doubt about that. So the president, he won the election. He
Right.
won the electoral vote.
Does that mean
he
you
has the
control the
right to make the
judiciary?
appointment. He has the right to make these lifetime appointments under Article 3. The senators
Of the
can
Constitution.
That's right. The senators can exercise courtesy and not approve or issue the blue slip to the Senate to authorize appointments. So that we're at a little bit of a stalemate
Wow.
right now in New Jersey. It
Which
needs to
means
be a
there are
compromise.
openings?
There are 3 openings as we sit here today, and more coming. So we really do need to focus on that as an issue.
Can we do some issues? I know that your firm happens to be involved in dealing with representing clients in a few areas. Can we do sports betting?
Sure.
Good thing for the state?
Excellent thing for the state. You're going to have revenue. This was a case that Gibbons happened to be involved with, and it took years and years of pushing and finally winning at the Supreme Court. You're going to open up the coffers. Now, there's some moral issues that you have to consider there, but it's overall going to be helpful to the state of New Jersey.
You believe that?
I do.
A couple other areas I want to talk about. I'm curious about, you and I have talked about workplace issues, diversity, promoting women. The firm, I'm not going to make this a commercial for Gibbons, but I happen to know that promoting women and promoting diversity has been a big part of what you guys do, not just because you think it's the right thing. You argue it's good for business. Make the case.
Absolutely. So, again, we talked about that the lawyers are in the problem-solving business. You need to have a diverse workforce because those individuals are bringing diverse perspectives to problems. As a result, you're getting better solutions. So this is something that I've been talking about for my entire time as the chairman of the firm, 15 years.
Before it became trendy for some.
It's important to be part of the conversation, and I think it is now every day. So advancing and retaining women in law firms or in business, really important. That's why we have the Women's Initiative at the firm.
Right.
Advancing diverse attorneys at our firm is really, really important, again, because the clients are demanding it. The ABA just issued a rule.
American Bar Association.
American Bar Association just issued a rule that said you need to include diversity as part of your client service, and also from the client's perspective, you need to be hiring diverse attorneys, again, to provide that better perspective on solutions.
Do this for us. The other issue is equal pay. You know,
Yeah, that's like chocolate chip cookie stuff and apple pie.
Is it?
Of course it is.
But it's not for everyone,
No,
Patrick Dunican.
That's
For some-
outrageous, right? We're going to pay women and men the same? That should be something that shouldn't even be discussed anymore. That's
But it is.
Well,
and there are some, dare I argue, in the business community who say, I don't know. You say?
if you're doing the same job, you should get the same amount of pay.
Not debatable.
It's not even a question in 2018, in my perspective. 21st century, that's 20th century thinking, maybe.
By the way, these and other issues we'll explore with Patrick Dunican. We're doing our radio show called The Leadership Hour on the radio side on AM 970. You'll be joining us for that, talking about nothing but leadership. And Patrick Dunican, I want to thank you for joining us, Chairman and Managing Director, Gibbons P.C. Appreciate it, my friend.
Great. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, Gibbons is also a supporter of public broadcasting and the work that we do here. Thanks. We'll be right back right after this.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by Valley National Bank, Georgian Court University, PSC&G, Johnson & Johnson, NJM Insurance Group, United Airlines, and by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey, and by New Jersey Monthly, the magazine of the Garden State, available at newsstands.